And now we're joined by a very special guest here on GC Live, brand new South Carolina commitment. He is there at Assumption College. It's going to be a graduate transfer to the Gamecocks. 6'2", 190-pound defensive back, Carlins Platel, again announced his decision on Wednesday to join the South Carolina football program. Chose the Gamecocks over offers from Mississippi State, Coastal Carolina, and some other schools as well. Carlins, welcome into GC Live, man. Congrats on the commitment. Obviously, a big day for you on Wednesday. I'll give you the easiest question of the day so far. Tell us, what was it about South Carolina? Why did you choose the Gamecocks? What made it the correct fit for you for this final season of eligibility that you have coming up?
I just love the place. When I had the virtual visit, I could see how the coaching staff is, and they were great together. And especially with the defensive back Coach Gray and Coach
Mhm.
White, they know how to develop people, and they have a great defensive scheme that I think that I could come in and do good in.
I got you, man. So obviously, fairly quick process for you there, maybe, but maybe take us through it. Go back to sort of that decision to enter the transfer portal. Kind of take us through. I know at one point it seemed like Coastal Carolina hopped in on you, maybe before a couple of the other schools, and were really hard after you. Addison Williams, the DB's coach there, is actually a South Carolina grad, so interesting connection there, but. Maybe take us through that initial decision to enter the portal and just sort of how the process went as you marched towards ultimately committing to the Gamecocks.
Yeah, so I entered the portal in October.
Mm-hmm.
I was planning to finish my career at Assumption. I wanted to, but with them canceling the season, and they actually we was planning to play in the spring,
Mm-hmm.
and then once they finally canceled that, I decided to enter the portal. I know I could play at a higher level, and I wanted to see what my options can be. And with the great coaching staff that I have at Assumption, they let me enter the portal, and they were still with me. They still honored my scholarship and had a spot on the team for me. So I'm thankful for them for that. And I entered the portal. I was expecting like low FBS or high FCS somewhere around there. So I entered the portal. I got a couple FCS offers, and they started kind of building up. And then uh, that's when Coastal Carolina was my first FBS offer.
Mm-hmm.
They offered me, and then South Alabama offered me, and then that's when Mississippi State they offered me, and Old Dominion ended up offering me, and South Carolina. So so yeah, I mean it's been a long process since October. I'm just glad I found my home. When I was entering, all I was hearing was the risk of entering from a smaller school. There's so many people in the portal, and not a lot find a home. I'm just thankful and blessed that I did, and yeah, I'm just glad to be a Gamecock. Can't wait to get to work.
Speaking of finding your home there, so very unique situation with anybody who's being recruited right now, as you know. No in person, recruiting trips. Everybody's talking about these virtual visits that you have to take. Obviously, I think you took yours to South Carolina like the day before you ended up announcing your commitment. Give us a little insight, Carlins. What exactly is a virtual visit as far as I mean, are you hopping on Zoom? Are they showing you videos? Are they walking around the facility with holding up the camera? How exactly does a virtual visit work? And I guess it's probably not the most ideal way to pick a school, but it's kind of what we have to deal with right now.
Yeah, so everything's on Zoom. They have everything planned out of what time they're gonna show me this, what time they're gonna show me that. It's all on a schedule. And yeah, they had the videos playing. They had different people entering the Zoom to talk about certain things. Thankfully for me, I'm only transferring for 1 year. So
Mm-hmm.
like the campus stuff like that, it doesn't really matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a high school kid that's they're gonna be there for 4 years. So I just seen their football facilities. They had great facilities, and and yeah, it was a great visit.
You're, a guy that's grew up north, played up north. Have you been to the state of South Carolina before, or will that be the first time you've been here when you come down for to officially move in?
It's gonna be my first time.
Okay. I got you. Is that weird at all, man? Is that weird? Is it scary? Is it exciting? How does that feel?
No, it's exciting. It's just another start to a journey. Um,
Mhm.
it's just exciting.
You mentioned Torian Gray, the DB's coach, when when we first talked about why you chose South Carolina. What was it about him as you sort of started to get to know him, and kind of his message to you? What was it about him that kind of drew you to him?
Just ever since we started talking, he always kept it real with me. He never beat around the bush. He just kept it straightforward, and just his track record of who he coached um and he knows how to develop people. And my goal is to end up going to the NFL.
Mhm.
So I think I think he is one of the best people that I can surround myself with to develop me to pursue that goal.
We sort of along the same lines. We've talked a lot here about the need at defensive back, considering losing a J.C. Horn, losing an Izzy McQuamu. They've had a couple of guys transfer out at that position as well. With Coach Beamer and Coach Gray and the Clayton White, what was their message directly to you, sort of about, hey, here's the situation, here's what it's going to have to take, here's what you're going to have to do, to come in and be ready to play. What was the message to you about the opportunity there at that spot?
They were just telling me they're short on DBs. They need people, they need experienced guys to come in,
Mhm.
both at corner or nickel. And they just kept telling me that there's opportunity there. Um, and yeah, I think it's gonna be I think it was the best opportunity for me to go to.
Mhm.
And yeah, this it was just the best situation.
Talk us through this just a little bit. I mean, obviously, you're a guy here with some size. You like to hit people. I've seen on your film. Um, give us just a little quick, synopsis of your own game. What are you seeing on film here from yourself? What do you sort of believe are your strengths as far as your skill set goes?
I think it's definitely my instincts to be
Mhm.
able to play with the quarterback. And actually, the second clip that played, um, it was a cover three where I picked off the screen.
Mhm.
I just came up, just film study, my instincts. I think I'm a physical corner that will come up and tackle. I can play in the box. I can cover your number one wide receiver. Um, and yeah, I think I'm a all around DB that can bring a lot of different aspects to a defense.
We were talking about that on the show yesterday, Carlins, in that there's a need at cornerback, but as you mentioned, I think there's maybe a need at several positions in the secondary. I think the nickelback is on the field a lot in this scheme. I think it's a base 4-2-5 from what we've been told. So, um, do you sort of feel like maybe your versatility could give you a little, maybe a leg up as well? Was that something that was talked about? Hey, maybe it's at corner, maybe it's at nickel. Let's, just find a way to get you on the field potentially.
Yeah, definitely. That's one thing that I talk to them a lot about, and they can see me either playing nickel or corner. So when I get down there, whatever they have me at, just got to compete and do what I know I can do. Um, and yeah, and win a spot.
I got you, man. So you're gonna be playing SEC ball. Tell us what does that mean to you? I mean, most people sort of just think of SEC ball as like kind of being the holy grail of like college football. How do you think that transition is going to be, and what does it mean just to know in I guess what, like 6-7 months you're going to be running out there suited up as an SEC football player?
Yeah, the SEC is the best conference in college football. They have great receivers, fast, big, um, athletic. But some people like to knock down Division II, and I've gone against great receivers, not only in practice, but also in the in games. I've gone against some of the best receivers in Division II in that level, and yeah, it's obviously going to be a step up, but not as much as people think.
Do you come in with a little chip on your shoulder about that? Sort of like you want to show. I don't know the proper way to say it, but you want to show people, hey, you know, D2 guys, we can play ball too, and we can fit in at this level.
Yeah, most definitely. I think a lot of people is gonna be talking about a D2 guy coming to the SEC, and there's only so much that people can say or I can say.
Mhm.
I'd rather just show what I can do, and my actions speak louder, and eventually they're gonna see.
Speaking of actions, final question for you here, Carlins. What is sort of the next step as far as when do you arrive down here in Columbia, and what are you going to be doing? Maybe these next couple of months. What do you have to do to get yourself physically, mentally ready to get down here?
Yeah, so I graduate May 11th, so
Mhm.
I assume I'll get over there sometime after that, and just from now till May, just working as hard as I could. I work out at a great facility here called Exceed, and my trainers Sean Smith and Shane Davenport. They're two guys that have a track record of um, of training pro athletes, so they know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing, and they're helping me gain some weight and be able to move with it too. And and yeah, I just got to keep on getting ready. Um, I can't let no kind of hype get to me or um, the bad things that people say about a D2 kid. I just got to keep on working as hard as I could.
He is Carlins Platel, brand new Gamecocks commit. He'll graduate in May, then he'll be down here and he'll be playing for your Gamecocks. Carlins, we appreciate the time today, man. Congrats on the commitment. You got any final quick message for the Gamecock fans that are looking forward to watching you play?
I can't wait to get down there. Can't wait to be a Gamecock.
Awesome, man. There it is. Again, congrats. Big day for you yesterday, and we appreciate the time, man. So thanks, and we'll see you down here soon. Okay.
All right, thank you for having me.